The rain fell softly on the cobblestone streets of Millbrook, casting a gentle haze over the quaint town. Emma clutched her worn leather satchel closer, seeking shelter beneath the awning of a cozy bookshop. She hadn't meant to linger in town so long, but the sudden downpour had caught her off guard. As she peered through the foggy window, her eyes met those of a man inside, his gaze warm and curious. For a moment, Emma hesitated. She'd grown accustomed to solitude, finding comfort in the quiet corners of her life, but something about the stranger's gentle smile beckoned her forward. With a deep breath, she pushed open the door, the tinkling of a small bell announcing her arrival. "Nasty weather out there," the man said, his voice low and soothing. "Can I offer you a cup of tea?" Emma nodded, grateful for the kindness. "That would be lovely. Thank you." As he busied himself behind the counter, Emma took in her surroundings. The bookshop was a cozy haven, filled with the comforting scent of old paper and leather. Shelves lined every wall, reaching from floor to ceiling, each one overflowing with stories waiting to be discovered. "I'm Jack," the man said, returning with 2 steaming mugs. "I own this little shop." "Emma," she replied, wrapping her hands around the warm ceramic. "It's beautiful in here." They settled into a pair of well-worn armchairs, the rain providing a soothing backdrop to their conversation. At first, their words were hesitant, each carefully choosing what to reveal. But as the afternoon wore on, Emma found herself opening up in a way she hadn't in years. "I lost my husband 3 years ago," she admitted softly. "Sometimes I still expect to see him walk through the door." Jack's eyes filled with understanding. "I know that feeling all too well. My wife left me last year. Some days the silence in my house is deafening." As they shared their stories, Emma felt a warmth blooming in her chest. It had been so long since she'd connected with someone like this, since she'd felt truly seen and understood. The rain eventually subsided, but neither Emma nor Jack seemed eager to part ways. "Would you like to grab dinner?" Jack asked, a hint of nervousness in his voice. "There's a lovely little Italian place just down the street." Emma surprised herself by agreeing without hesitation. As they strolled through the damp streets, she found herself smiling more than she had in months. The restaurant was everything Jack had promised, intimate and charming, with the rich aroma of garlic and herbs filling the air. Over plates of steaming pasta, they delved deeper into their lives. Emma spoke of her passion for photography, a hobby she'd neglected since her loss. Jack's eyes lit up as he described his dreams of writing a novel, something he'd put aside when life got in the way. "Why did you stop?" Emma asked, genuinely curious. Jack shrugged, a wistful expression crossing his face. "I suppose I lost faith in myself. It's easier to sell other people's stories than to believe in your own." Emma reached across the table, gently squeezing his hand. "Maybe it's time to start believing again." In the weeks that followed, Emma found herself drawn back to Millbrook time and time again. She and Jack fell into an easy rhythm, spending long afternoons in the bookshop or taking leisurely walks through the town's picturesque park. With each meeting, Emma felt the walls around her heart slowly crumbling. One crisp autumn day, as golden leaves drifted lazily to the ground, Jack surprised Emma with a picnic in the park. He'd packed all her favorites: crusty bread, sharp cheese, and ripe strawberries. As they sat on a checkered blanket, Emma found herself studying Jack's face, noticing the way his eyes crinkled when he laughed and how his hands moved expressively as he spoke. "I have something for you," Jack said, reaching into his bag. He pulled out a small, wrapped package. Emma carefully peeled back the paper, revealing a beautiful leather-bound journal. "Jack, it's gorgeous," she breathed. "I thought maybe you could use it for your photography notes," he explained. "You've been talking about getting back into it, and I wanted to encourage you." Tears pricked at Emma's eyes. It had been so long since someone had truly listened to her, had cared enough to nurture her passions. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. As the weeks turned to months, Emma and Jack's relationship deepened. They shared quiet evenings by the fireplace in Jack's apartment above the bookshop, discussing their favorite novels and sharing pieces of themselves they'd kept hidden for so long. Emma found herself picking up her camera again, capturing the beauty of Millbrook through her lens. She documented the changing seasons, the charming storefronts, and the quiet moments of connection between herself and Jack. One evening, as they walked hand in hand through the town square, Jack stopped suddenly. "Emma," he said, his voice filled with a mix of nervousness and determination. I need to tell you something." Emma's heart raced, a flicker of fear threatening to extinguish the warmth she'd come to cherish. "What is it?" Jack took a deep breath. "I've started writing again. And it's all because of you. You've shown me that it's okay to be vulnerable, to take risks. You've helped me believe in myself again." Relief and joy washed over Emma. She threw her arms around Jack, holding him close. "Oh, Jack," she murmured. "You've done the same for me. I never thought I could feel this way again, but you've brought color back into my world." As they stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, Emma realized that she'd found more than just love. She'd found healing, a chance to rebuild herself with someone who understood her pain and celebrated her joy. The following spring, Emma moved to Millbrook permanently. She and Jack worked side by side in the bookshop, creating a warm and welcoming space for book lovers and lost souls alike. In the evenings, they'd sit on the small balcony overlooking the town, Jack working on his novel while Emma sorted through her photographs. One night, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold, Jack set aside his notebook and turned to Emma. "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if it hadn't rained that day?" he asked softly. Emma smiled, reaching out to lace her fingers through his. "I think we would have found each other anyway," she replied. "Some stories are meant to be written, no matter what." As they sat there, basking in the glow of the setting sun and the warmth of their love, Emma felt a sense of peace settle over her. She and Jack had both carried so much pain, but together they'd found a way to move forward. Their love wasn't a fairy tale or a whirlwind romance. It was something deeper, more profound. A gentle healing of two souls who had found their way back to life through each other. The future stretched out before them, filled with possibilities. There would be challenges, of course, but Emma knew that together, they could face anything. As the first stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, she leaned her head on Jack's shoulder, grateful for the unexpected turn her life had taken. In the quiet of the evening, surrounded by the books that had brought them together and the love they'd built, Emma and Jack looked towards their shared future with hope and anticipation. Their story was far from over. In fact, it felt like it was just beginning.